Peace, love, light, darkness be unto you. This is your girl, Empress Queen Kenya, coming to you live recorded. I just want to say blessings and great day to you today. This soul inspiration today is about being authentically you. Just be yourself. I want to encourage you and inspire you to be yourself in ways that you have never been you before. This is very, 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 very important. So, the topic of today's soul inspiration: be authentically you. Just be you. Okay, let's jump into this. I know some of y'all saying, I be myself all the time. I do. Well, let me put some, I don't even know, I have the words for it right now. But let me just talk about this a little bit with you, okay? There are a lot of things that we do in life that are influenced by other people, by fashion, by music, by laws, cultures within societies, our families. I could go on and on, right? Okay. At some point in your life, you begin to identify things about you and yourself. And if you haven't, I hope that you have, or that you will soon. I can remember as far back as when I was a kid, like 4 or 5 years old, kindergarten. I was different. I was always different than everybody else. Being a young, dark-skinned girl, growing up in New Orleans, Louisiana, where a lot of Creole and mulattoes, passe blonde people were people looked upon, sometimes people with darker skin, as taboos, or they looked down on us, or they talked about us bad because of the color of our skin, literally. If y'all ever seen the movie School Days by Spike Lee, like that whole back and forth between the two jigaboos and wannabes, that's like, I feel like the representation of all black people pitted against themselves in the late 80s, 90s. So, as I grew as a young child, I would hear people talk about me. They would talk about me to my face, or they would talk about me behind my back, till I got tired of them talking about me, period. They would call me a burnt black biscuit. They will call me cockroach, because my last name used to be Cochran. This is just the stuff that I could remember. They would just talk about me bad, right? So everything in those times, as I was young, had to do in reference with the color of my skin. A jigable, just stuff like that. Burnt black, I said that already. Tall baby, I said that. Okay. So I would go home and tell my mama. Sometimes I would tell my grandma, or as we say in New Orleans, my grandma. I would tell her And she would tell me, my grandma would tell me, she said, baby, people gonna talk, but black is beautiful. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Now, why you telling a 5 to 7 year old this? I got it when I was older. But at the time I didn't understand for real, for real. But I remember what my grandma told me. And she would say, don't worry about what people say about you or if they talk about you. Because what they do towards you or say about you or against you gonna go right back to them. So don't worry about it. And then my grandma proceeded to show me some things to take care of myself. Spiritually wise, when I was young, I didn't even realize that it was spiritual back then, but now I know. Um, and so that gave me a boost in confidence within myself, and that made me feel better. My mama would just tell me to ignore them, don't worry about them, and tell me how beautiful I am, and then show me those things. Some people who were talked about as kids in school as they were younger, bullied or made fun of, or pointed out that they was different. Some kids really couldn't handle it. Like these kids nowadays, they can't handle it. They can't handle it at all. But if you have the support that you need, or you had it at that time, then it make all the difference. Okay, so fast forward to today. I want to be the support that you need or that you have. So today, I want to encourage you to be yourself. What I realized about me was, yes, I look different than most people in my classes as a kid. But not only did I look different, I acted different. You know, I did things differently than my friends did. I learned that as I grew older, like my middle school age to high school. I noticed that, everybody would want to dress a certain way, wear certain styles and stuff, whatever was in style. I didn't really gravitate towards all of that. Like, I could remember like Jordans and Adidas and Reeboks and starter coats and all that stuff being in style. And like my mom, for one, my mama wasn't gonna be like buying that crap. That was number one, especially if it was too expensive. She was a single mother raising 3 kids by herself. So, and then priorities first. I thank my mama for that, because she was the set the foundation for the home, and taking care of responsibilities was first. We didn't do all that trying to showcase and run with the Joneses. We didn't do that. So, and what that means, we were not trying to outshine anybody else as far as the things that we had within our household, whether it be clothing, materialistic things. We wasn't out trying to outshine people. We just lived a life to be comfortable and happy for ourselves. That's what we did in my family. So as I grew older, as a young adult, I started to realize that my style was different from my friends, even though there were times when I had the Nike shoes or the tennis shoes or whatever. I just wanted to be different. I didn't want to rock what everybody else was rocking. And so in my latter part of school age, I really began to notice the difference when I was able to work for myself and buy my own style of clothes that I wanted to buy. I started dressing different. I didn't look like everybody else. Not only did I not look like everybody else, I didn't act like other people. When I became a certain age, I wanted my friends to call me Sister Kenya, because I was different. I was a true sister. I always felt, true to my culture as far as my African heritage, like my lineage and my bloodline. I always felt true to that. So I wanted to be different. And I always pursued that. I had dreams and ambitions for myself. And I know there are times when, as people individually, you may desire certain things to do for yourself, right? What are your passions? What are your goals? What are your desires? What do you want to do? How are you? Are you regularly an extroverted person? Do you like being around a lot of people all the time? Or do you just be around a lot of people all the time because that's what your friends do and that's what they want to do? Are you an introverted person and you like being inside and staying to yourself? It's time for us to know ourselves and know who we are and how we are. Knowing thyself is the key to everything. That's what I tell y'all. I'm going to keep telling y'all over and over again. If you know yourself, you're on the road. If you know yourself, you are on a road. It takes a lot for an individual to get to know themselves. It's not something that happens overnight. You really got to get to know you. And once you begin to know who you are, it's important for you to operate in that energy, in that space, in that likeness of self. Don't allow, okay, I'm going to give y'all an example. Whatever's trending now, I don't be knowing because I don't pay attention. But whatever's trending in the world as far as style, okay, I know this. In the last 7 years or so, eyelashes, for whatever reason, have become real big for women. Like, everybody want to wear lashes. I don't know what that is about. I got eyelashes. I don't need extra I don't need embellishment. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm not into that. I'm really not into the whole makeup thing. Like, I put some eyeshadow on and lipstick, but that's it. I don't do all that other stuff. That's just me. But I'm using that as an example. Okay, so eyelashes has been trending. Everybody and their mamas just started wearing eyelashes. The whole, I got natural hair. The whole weave and wig thing has gone overboard with women. I hear, it's for protective hairstyles. Okay, it may be. But it just seems like it's a little excessive. Sometimes it seems like people just doing it because everybody else doing it. Not so much because they want to do it for themselves. Literally. You got a head full of hair, baby. You do not have to do what everybody else is doing. You ain't got to put that weave or the wig on your head. If you got a whole full head of hair. All the time, though. It's your prerogative. Do what you want to do. But I'm just saying, do it because that's what you want to do, not because you're influenced because everybody else is doing it. Then there are the guys. Let me see what I could think about with guys. I don't know. I just know girl stuff, but like guys be like, I don't know. What they be on, like they little trends or whatever. All guys might have certain cuts or certain way. Okay, let's talk about the beards. Beard gang in the house. But it might be a trend for everybody to start having beards. If you're really not a beard dude, why grow out a beard? Like, the whole point is to be authentic and true to yourself, no matter where you find yourself in the spectrum of things. So for people to truly be themselves, what does that look like? If you are a person who loves to read, then read. Do that without the feeling of being judged, or don't let how others think about that portray a fake image of you that you take on. If you like to read and you love to read, you like going to the library, go do that. Don't let people talk you out of it. One thing that I liked to do when I was younger, I loved to stay in connection with the spirit world. I was always fascinated about the spirit world, dead people, the afterlife. Always fascinated about it. Since I was a kid, I like to play with Ouija boards, and I like to talk to spirits. Probably because I've always heard them. But that was my thing. You know, I would always see things and hear things that other people wasn't seeing and hearing. So, you know, I would tell people about it sometimes, and then when I came out and I said that I wanted my friends to call me Sister Kenya, they made fun of me. They was like, "So you Miss Cleo now?" And I think I probably told y'all this before, but yeah, they was like that. So Miss Cleo, for those who don't know, was this lady who was like a psychic fortune teller back in the early 90s, late 90s or whatever. She was from the island somewhere. Anyway, she was a fake phony. I ain't no fake phony. But the reference was because I was being myself, they were making fun of me saying, "Oh, I wanted to be like her." No, I'm being myself. I've always been myself. Well, some of them same people now are calling me, asking me to read cards for them. So what I'm saying, all of this to say is, whatever your thing is, do it. Whoever you are, be it. Because there is no one else in this world like you. That's number one. Ain't nobody out here like you, baby. Ain't nobody out here like me. They could try to imitate. They could try to replicate. But it ain't nobody out here like me. Now, the coolest thing is when they start digging for DNA, when the scientists get all into it, because this is why they taking the melanin in the bodies and the organs from people that look like me. When they start mixing stuff in DNAs and making scientific probes and things, then that's another thing. You know, then maybe genetically copies of me might be possible. But still, the very essence of me, that would be, I ain't gonna even get into that because it's possible, but the very essence of me is unique. The very essence of you is unique. The outer shell, this avatar that we are in, that's only the makeup of who we are. Who you truly are is within you. Like you see me right now. You see me, you see this body. But you're not seeing my spirit. This body is not operating without my soul. It's not operating without my spirit. And if you can see that, then you will see it like me. But what I'm saying is the average person is not seeing that. You are what you cannot see. What you can see, that's only a part of it. That ain't all of you. It's just a shell casing. Now, we determine what this vessel looks like. We do, according to our energy and what we do within it. But the very essence of who we are inside of these avatars, these bodies. And so, when you really truly get to know who you are, I want you to be okay with that. I want you to embrace that. I want you to walk in that authenticity. Be authentic. Be different. Be unique. And be proud to be that way. Be okay with being you. It's like a group of friends in a bunch, and there's a funny one, there's a nerdy one, there is a sarcastic one, there's one who likes to party all the time, and there's one who just like to fight all the time, just a fighter. Everything revs them up or whatever, short temper, whatever, what have you. The point is, there's a representation of each kind of person, and those are characteristics of people. But if you find yourself in one of those categories and you in a group of people who are not like you, it's okay. Or if you're around people who are not like you, it's okay. It's okay for you to be exactly the way you are. And if the people around you don't embrace you and love you for who you are, then maybe you need to get a group of new friends. Maybe you need to start surrounding yourself with people who can appreciate you, love you for you, and encourage you to be authentically you. Life is not about just being cool with somebody because y'all have the same beliefs or because you've known somebody for so long. That's not what life is about. As far as being able to really be yourself, you should be able to be yourself in a relationship with somebody. You should be able to be yourself in a friendship with somebody. You should be able to be yourself, period. I have friends that I totally encourage them to be themselves in everything. I don't want them to ever be a way that they don't want to be around me. I want them to be themselves. I want them to be comfortable in being them. Because I'm going to be comfortable in being me regardless. Please believe it. So, let me see if I can give another scenario. If I had a friend who came to me and said, I wanted to go, let's say I want to go out somewhere. I want to go to a festival. Now, anybody who knows me know I do not like going out in public places. So when I do want to go somewhere, it's a thing. It's a whole thing. So if I want to go to this thing and I want to go out, most of my friends, they're going to know it's a thing. And they're going to go with me because they know that's a thing at that point. But let's just say this time, one of my friends don't want to go. Ironically, a lot of my friends are extroverts, even though I'm an intro extro. I'm both. So let's just say one of my friends don't want to go this time. It's like this kind of event that it is, they don't feel comfortable going to. So because they don't feel like they can truly authentically be themselves in this kind of environment that I would want to go to, because they are homosexual, and the environment that I want to go to would not embrace them as such a way. They're not only homosexual, but they're flamboyantly homosexual male. And a lot of times, unfortunately, when we go places publicly in life, generally speaking, from country to country, from city to city, state to state, sometimes homosexual men are treated differently than, let's say, a lesbian woman or a bisexual woman. Not that it should matter or make a difference, but that's just the case. That's the way it is sometimes in some places. So with that being said, if my friend was that way and they explained to me, this is why I don't want to go, I'm going to say, oh, okay. Well, let's find somewhere where you would feel more comfortable. Let's go. I might still go to that by myself, But I'm not going to encourage my friend to go somewhere where they don't feel comfortable. Most people will be like, man, it don't matter. It ain't nobody going to even be paying attention to you. You could go, blah, 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 blah. No, that's not going to work. You need to be yourself and be yourself authentically without limits. And you need to allow yourself to go to places where you can be free and be that way, especially if it's your choice. So if you have the opportunity to choose, don't choose to suffer in silence. Don't choose to go somewhere where you're going to feel uncomfortable just for the sake of your friend. Don't do that. And don't expect for your friend to do that for you. That is not much of a friend. That's not being much of a friend. From my perspective, I don't know how y'all do friendships, but that's not being much of a friend. So, anyways, to get back to the topic of discussion, which we are still coasting in right now. Be you authentically. Be yourself. Learn you. Know thyself. Know what you like. Learn what you don't like. And operate from that space and that place. If you are a being who is religious, cultural, embracive, you're religious, you embrace your culture, you love commitment, those are things about you, you know what I'm saying? But characteristics make up the person. They are not who the person is in totality. There are different things about the person that makes them the person, right? It's not just what they do, it's the vibe, it's the energy of the being. So if you are a quiet, reserved kind of person, then be that quiet and reserved kind of person. Don't go out of your way to be extroverted. Don't go out of your way to be the center of attention, loud and, whatever, for the sake of other people. Be who you are. And I hope that you can always feel good about being yourself with your friends, especially with your friends. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all can't be yourself, you know who you are. And if you feel uncomfortable or some kind of way where you truly not being able to be yourself around your friends, then you need some new friends. That's real talk. And in relationships too. Like, if you can't really be yourself with your partner, then who you going to be yourself with? Now, I understand for some people, you got to put on a show when you go to work and you do the job, the 9 to 5 or whatever. You might have to act a certain way. I get all that. But still, in that aspect, try to be as authentic to yourself as you possibly can be in those situations too. But for those who are in relationships, in families, where your family wants you to be a certain way or do certain things because that's the culture of the family, but you really not like that, baby, do you. Be you. Sometimes you have to grow apart and separate yourself from people and even family because of differences, whether it's cultural beliefs, lifestyles, ways of living. That don't mean you don't love them no more, no less. It just means that you have chosen to choose you first. And choosing you is okay. It really is. People, they like to say that being a lover of thyself is not of God. That's what they would tell you. That's a lie. To love yourself is to love God, because God is within you. Let that sink in. So, I am about to end this soulspiration, but I just want you to know I'm burning Palo Santos. It smells so good. If you need a reading, I would be more than glad to assist you with that. I will do a reading for you. Oracle card reading. I do oracle card readings. You can follow me on Instagram at Empress Queen Kenya and DM me. Send me a message. You can go to my website, www.empressqueenkenya.com, and schedule a reading there. Or you can just leave a comment on this YouTube video letting me know that you are interested. But if you want to have like a detailed conversation, you might want to DM me. So, oracle card readings, I do those. Yes, I do. Giving you some insight about your life and where you are right now. That's what I can do for you, okay? I offer spiritual life coaching sessions as well. This is part of me being me authentically. I keep getting that word messed up. But me being myself authentically. There it is. I am a natural giver. I am a humanitarian by spirit, essence of my vibe. I always want the best for humankind. I want to see you thrive and be your best in this journey of life. And therefore, because that is my desire, I have been given gifts to fulfill my desires and my purpose in this life. And I am very excited about that. So, if you need a spiritual life coach, if you want to learn more about yourself, if you need encouragement on how to authentically be you, I am more than willing and ready to help you with that. Remember, in essence, there is no one on this earth like you. It doesn't matter if they look like you. It doesn't even matter if they have the same DNA as you. There is a certain design within the soul and the spirit that is not duplicated when it comes to your energy and your being. You are to be authentically you. The universe responds to you authentically every time you send out vibrations, every time you speak, every time you think. So why should you have others' thoughts embedded in your mind? Why should you have others' words upon your tongue, your mouth? Why should you speak the desires of others? Speak your own desires. Speak your own affirmations for yourself. Do that for you. And you will find and you will see that that is the best thing you could ever do and be. Authentically you. Okay? So, once again, don't forget, follow me on IG at Empress Queen Kenya 55 for the Tantric Vibes, at Empress Queen Kenya for the soulspirational post. And I think I might have just said that wrong and I caught myself. Okay, for the Tantric Vibe post, sensual, sexual, tantric vibes, go to at Empress Queen 55. Okay. And for the inspirational, spiritual, conscious, cosmic post, Empress Queen Kenya on IG. I am grateful for this platform and this opportunity to share this moment with you. Once again, if you have specific topics of discussion that you would like to talk about, I am more than glad to receive those and discuss them. Let's talk about different things. I want to know what you want to talk about. What do you want to be inspired about? What do you need your soul to be inspired? Remember, soul inspirations are to inspire the soul. So what do you need your soul to be inspired about? Let me know, and I'll get right on that for you, okay? All right. Love, light, peace, and darkness be unto you. And remember, when I say these things, I mean balance. I speak balance into your life. I'm so grateful for this platform to be able to share, to be able to encourage you, to be able to inspire you. The purpose of today's soul inspiration is to inspire your soul. Be authentically you, as only you can. Be you. It don't matter what the trends are. Even if you like the trends. If you like the trends and that's you, then hey, be you. I'm not knocking you. I like these glasses. This is me. For some people, it's a trend. For some people, it's not. It don't matter. I like it. It's me. I'm not going to let nobody tell me, hey, girl, you don't look good in them glasses. If I think I look good, hey, it's me. So remember what I said. Be authentically you. Love on yourself today. Peace. Love, light, and darkness. Ashe.